Okay, so earlier we were talking about graphics design with Figma, and we were learning how to use Figma to create the GDSC posters. So when you open Figma, or we're done with our presentation, yeah. Okay, things to note. For GDSC has a color palette which has red, blue, yellow, green, but you have to follow the color codes. But it also has the lighter version, though I don't have the document that has the codes to the lighter versions of these colors. So just know there is a lighter blue, green, yellow, red. And then what? And then we use Google Sans for the font. Yeah. And then you can use any tool that you want or that you know how to use. For me, I normally use Figma, Canva, and Adobe Illustrator. Yeah. Now let's go to Figma. So creating a new file or project in Figma, you might not be having such stuff because maybe you don't have a lot of projects, but you might be having some few. You go to the right hand corner, upper corner, and tap create new, and then design file. Right. So you can name your file from here up. Let's call it GDSC. And these are the parts of the Figma software. You can be using the software or the website etc, but for me I'm using the website. So this is the canvas. It's where everything goes. It's where the frames are put. It's where I work from. And then we also have the toolbar. This is the toolbar. If you want to go back home, if you want to go back to the files, you just click here. And then if you want to create a new design file, if you want to edit, whatever, do it from here. And then this arrow, it's used for pointing, for, let's say, creating something, I don't know, for painting, for pointing. It is, and then we have this one. It has the frame. It's where we get the frame from. And when you tap frame, you can either create with your free hand, like you just create a frame. A frame, it's where we do the designs from. It's where, yeah, it's what holds the poster over. I think you get what I mean. So sometimes you don't have to use your free hand to create the frames. You can, if you want to use, if you're creating a UI design, maybe for a phone, you can tap here on phone and then choose any phone that you want to use, and then tablet, desktop. Maybe you're working on a presentation. Maybe you're working on a user interface for what? For a watch. Paper. I normally use A4 for what? For creating posters. For example, the posters that I know that maybe they're going to be pinned somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, later. Then social media. Maybe you're creating a poster to go on Twitter or a Twitter header thing, Facebook post, Facebook cover, Instagram, etc. So if you want to create already made, if you want to just edit already made designs, you can also come here and do it and continue and choose. So first we are going to, let's use Instagram, and let me get let me get a design. that I already created to save time. Let me use this project. Oh, I didn't finish. Sorry. Okay, I had stopped here on frame. And then shapes, if you want any shapes, you tap here and then you choose where you want to create a rectangle. There are even shortcuts here. If you want to create a rectangle, you tap rectangle and come and create it. If you want a circle, you tap circle. And if you want to create a circle, for example, this one, you want to make it big, but you don't want it to change its size. Should I set size? Okay, you want it to stay like this. You want it not to lose this shape here. You just put your cursor there and then tap shift and you right click. No, you left click and drag. It keeps the shape of the what? Of the circle. If you want stars, so for stars, it's kinda, anyway. Let's move on to text. Text. If you want to write something, but the font is small, you can select all. When you're inside, like when you're typing, if you do this from out, like it won't work. You have to be inside, like when you're able to type. That's when you select all and then change the size to maybe 50. And then sometimes you can just tap on it once. Don't do this, like when you can see that this car typing thing. If you can see it, then if you change the size, it is not going to work for the rest of the letters apart from what you're going to write next. For example, let's change it to 70. It doesn't work for the rest of the letters. So if you're already inside, like if you're already seeing that car typing thing, you just click, you just do what? Select all. Yeah, Control A. And then you change the what? The size, the what? The font size. Then the other thing I was saying is to just tap on it once and then you just come and change. That works. Then resources. From resources you get components. You're not going to use them. I'm not going to use them, but you can learn about them. So we also get plugins. Plugins can be used to, they're like extensions. You can use them to get more more functionalities. For example, removing the background. You can even get icons from there, etc. This is just for, I think it's for that. That's what I use it for. And then this comment thing. Let's say you want to comment on the letters. Use this. Use this. And then you come and tap where you want to comment. So in case you're working on this project as a team and you want to see this comment, I think my network is not good. Okay. If you want to see if you want to see this comment, you just come and hover over it and then they show you Kevin has commented what that. So I think that's it. If you want to change the name of your what of your project, you just tap here and you can say using the free version. What else? I forgot to tell you about this. So when you click on this the word that you've created and the text that you've created, you can see they display the properties panel on your right hand side, whereby you can change some stuff. You can change the location of this text by maybe changing that. The width can be changed, I think. Then the angle, it can also be changed. Then what? This, you can change the fonts from here. Let's see, Google Sans. Remember, if you don't have Google Sans, you can just download them and install them in your PC. You can change the font weight. Yeah, this one is for what? I don't remember. You can change the size, the font size. Let us see. You can change the alignment. You can add stroke if you want it to have more stroke. Oh, sorry. If you want to add some effects, for example, shadow, you come and tap on this icon, and then this. But okay, if you check this, there is some shadows added onto the text. I think that's all. It's always the same thing with the shapes and other stuff, only that the shapes don't have that text thing. So in case you want to save your frame, remember that in case you have one frame in the canvas, you can then just maybe click here and save because it's only one. But if you have many frames, you just click on this and then come here, tap export, and then export Instagram post one. It's the name of this frame. Though you can change the name of the frame by maybe calling it GDSC. Export GDSC, tap yes, and then you export. It's downloading. So now let's go back to this. It is taking long because of the network. It will be working soon. It has worked. So we're going to be creating something like this. Yeah. So I've copied the logo and pasted it here. Oh, let's start from the beginning. So you start by getting the frame. I'm going to use Instagram post frame, but it's kind of small. So I'm going to start by adding what? I'm going to start with adding the logo. So if you copy anything, for example, if you copy anything and paste it, it goes back to the real position. So if you copy something from here and then you click here, you click this and paste, it goes back to the real position it was in the first in the first frame. So let's create these designs. You choose circle and then, or you can choose to use pens, the pen tool. If you know how to use it, I don't know how to use it, so I can't choose it. I don't know how to use it. Anyway, once you choose this circle to create such stuff like some weird shape, you get that and you get the shape and double tap. When you double tap the and then you tap one of these dots, they bring out these lines, and then you just start moving them around to make any kind of shape that you can use as a design. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just something. Let me use this. Oh, and then when you're dragging, make sure that the arrow doesn't, for example, when you're dragging, don't make the arrow reach this side. Like, don't make the arrow move out of the frame, because when it moves out of the frame, it makes the shape be out of the frame. Yeah, for example, when you save this frame, it doesn't come with this because it is out of the frame. You have to make it stay inside of, of the frame. When it's inside the frame, some parts must not be visible. That's right. Oh, it has been refusing because we didn't tick what? We didn't select, I didn't select the frame. It has refused. So if it refuses, so from this palette, you see everything that is on the canvas. So from the canvas, we have different what? We have different frames. There's two frames, and then these other two. There are four frames. So from the canvas, you can see there is this. There is. I didn't delete these ones. I just hid them. Delete them. So you can see there is this frame, this, and it shows everything that is in the frame. And then there is also this frame. When you want to select a frame, you just tap on its name and then you select it. So there is this frame, and you can see everything that is in that frame. There is nothing much. And then these two frames, okay, this frame, you see everything that is in that frame by tapping on the name. So this frame that we are creating, so this frame that we are creating, if you tap on it, it's here, and the shape is out of the frame. If you see, the this frame is here, and this shape is out of the frame. So if you try dragging it and it fails to go back inside, just come at this panel and drag it, and you put it under the frame you want it to be, like where you want it to be. So right now it's under what? Under the frame that you're working with. So when you're pushing it, remember not to do what? Not to put the cursor, not to move the cursor outside of the frame. Because if you do that, it will take it to be outside. It will put it outside the frame. So let's get the color codes from this presentation. So I want to use blue. So if you want to use the, if you want to just, for example, I've just copied the color code, so you don't have to tap here. But even though you tap there, you can just come and paste it. You paste it here and it changes color. Or you can just come here, tap on the code and paste it there. Although you paste with the hash does nothing. The hash shows that it's a code. I don't know. So let's create another design. So we do the same, you double tap, then tap on these, move them around, see. choose this one. So if you want to take it back from here, just double tap also, and then it goes back. Then changing the color. So the other option of changing the color is using this pen-like thing. It's, what do they call them? I don't remember. You tap on it and then, oh, first wait. You first tap on the shape that you're working with. Make sure that you've tapped on it, and then you come tap on this color, on the color, and then come and tap on this. Then we're going to use the colors on the logo because since they were created by GDSC, those are the colors. Those are the, I think those are the real colors that you're supposed to be using. So you can just come and tap on the color that you want to use, and then it goes here. Then let me just copy. Let me copy this. Save time. Oh, that was it. So when you're pasting something, you have to tap on the frame and then paste so it goes in the real position. Then let me drag it up a little bit. So let's go to this. No, let's first add some words. For example, introduction to Flutter. So let's change the font size. There are actually some font sizes that you're supposed to follow, and I don't have them. So we'll change, since it's a title, we'll change, oh, let's first change the font to Google Sans, and then we'll make it bold. And then maybe change the color. Want it to be blue since it's Flutter. No. Then make it like this, introduction to, and then copy this image. It's an image. This is the logo of Flutter. Introduction to Flutter. So I'm not going to type this, I'm just going to copy them plus the image, and then paste them in this frame. For the image, let me show you how we edited it. This wasn't its real color. It was like this, but if we left it like that, it would not, the words would not be visible. So you can edit pigs, like just simple edits. You can change the exposure so that maybe it seems like it's in the background. Or you can do it your way. You can maybe put some shape on top of it and then make it kinda light. Make the shape kinda light. You can do things you, as long as you get the result. So let me put back this. So these icons, I got them from some plugin, but I don't remember it. So you can just let's first check. You can just check around and see which what which icons, which plugin will work for you for the icons. Let's first check this one. So the first thing we're going to look for a calendar emoji. Calendar. Oh, sorry, icon. Calendar. So there are different calendars, and you can just choose. Let me choose one with 30 since the date is 30. It's here, but it's still loading. I think it's going to take long. Remember to do what, to reduce the size of anything. Let it be a shape or an image. You just have to click shift and left click shift so that it doesn't spoil. Let me give you an example of this. Let's say you want to reduce it and you just like you just reduce, you might end up spoiling the image. Oh, this thing is white in color. Let's change. So let's change the color. Oh, it can't be changed. It's an image. So in case it can't be changed, you can just come and play around with these. If it doesn't work, you just look for the black ones. This, that has worked. But in case it doesn't work, you can just look for black icons. So let's reduce it again. And then you just put it there. Then let's look for the one for location. 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 You choose any. I'm choosing this one. Let's wait. This thing is not inside. So it's here. It's also white. Let's just start with the exposure. So you can just, if you want to move it without dragging, you can just click on anything over. If you want, sorry, if you want to move this text, you can just click on it and press this 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 key that points up, the up key. Then let's look for the plugin for time. Let me choose this. Sorry. It's here. Okay. And then you drag it to where you want to put it. So let's now create this. I think it will be the last thing we're going to do, because from here you can learn how to do this. And text, we've already done it. You can get this icon done. So with this, I just created, it is a rectangle. I just use the rectangle. You get a rectangle. Rectangle, and then if you want to change the corners, the shape of the corners, you can just come here, corner radius, and then let's start with 30. Let's put 40. And then you increase the stroke. Let's make it to 4. Then change the color to, I want it to have this blue color. Let's increase the stroke. And then the color, this color is light blue, light blue. Sorry. So you can just get this blue and then make it over transparent. You can make it transparent, or you can just come and do this. But let me just get its color. So the image, This image was a normal image, but I masked it. What image should I use? So let me copy the image and paste it here. Oh, I didn't mask it. I just changed the what? The what? The the corner radius, sorry. And then I added the stroke. So you get any image, change the what? Instead of masking. Masking can be tricky for some people. Though you can just search on YouTube and learn about it. So how I came up with that number with the what? The the radius. So you just keep on, you just put any number. Let's first put 50. So if you feel like you don't want to create something like this, you want a circle, you continue and add on the radius. Maybe let's add 100. 100 is kind of closer. You try out another. Maybe like 150 is fine. So you can reduce. But by the way, don't make tiny stuff. Yeah, make sure that your things are visible. Yeah. So from the stroke, you can add more stroke as long as it doesn't look weird. Yeah, I think we're done with that. Then this button-like thing, it's also a rectangle. You can just create it from just here. If the size doesn't please you, you can either reduce it from here. If it is giving you hard time, you can just come here and put any figures and see whether I think is what you want it to look like. Then you change the corner radius to maybe 6. No, let's put it to 10. And then the color, let me add on the radius to 13. I feel like, yeah, reduce the height to 75, and then we put the word speaker, speaker, speaker. So speaker, make sure it is in Google Sans, and we want it bold, but it is already bold. You can change the font size to maybe 45 in case it fits. You can change the color, whatever you want to do, and then do the same thing for the other words, the details, his name and others. So the uniformity comes in a way that sweet. You know that September, the date, the location, the time, they all have the same font, and then you can make his name kinda have okay. You can give it some different what. You can either give it some different size or make it bold, but it is this color is already bold. But you have to make it. For example, if you see Mr. Enoka Mbuga, I think that's the name. If you say, like, if you it's your first time to look at this poster, like his name is visible, like it's not having the same colors as the rest. So his name is attracting attention, and then his profession is also kind of different from the word or the description. I think. Yeah, you make different things with different meanings stand out. If you want to create, if you want, for example, this, I don't think, I wouldn't. Okay, I feel like this thing is not visible enough. By the way, if you try moving this thing and you feel like it's going behind something, maybe a shape, you can just click Control. What do they call this? Control right, no left, control right. Are they brackets? No, they are box brackets, very rectangular brackets. This kind, let me type it somewhere. So, this kind of braces. So if you want to bring it forward, you tap Control right over this brace. If you want to take it behind, you tap Control that brace. So let me bring it forward. So whenever I tap this, you tap the braces, it keeps on moving up. So you make it move up until the place you want it to stop. I don't know where I would put this, but and then the other thing is, so if you try to move this, it moves alone. So you just have to group it by, let's say, you first click this, the rectangle, and then tap Control. Sorry, tap Control and anyway, you can first, sorry, you can tap, you can click on the name, on the title, on the word, and then left click and hold. Sorry, I've been dragging. And then also click. Sorry. I don't know why it's doing this, but anyway, it is selected. Okay, select both of them and then group them. You can group them by tapping Ctrl G. Yeah, that's grouping. And if you want to just group the whole thing, this whole thing, you also highlight everything and and then tap Control G. But the good thing about grouping, you can just copy this, copy, and then paste. And then you just come and type reduce, register. In case it's big, you can change the size. Then let's change the color to yellow. Yeah, I won't stop here. Hope you found this recording useful. Yeah. So you can finish the rest and maybe play around with that with different stuff so that you keep on learning.